exterior inspection. We're standing at the left rear elevation. We're looking at the walls, foundation, windows, and here you can see we've got a crack here, and that's caused through the settlement of the building at the rear left elevation. There's also a crack in the foundation here, and another one here. These type of cracks are not uncommon in foundations. We're at the left elevation. Just to let you know, I'm not inspecting for termites, but that's a conducive condition for termites. We're now at the left elevation. Have a chimney stack here. Get up on the roof later and have a closer look at that. Again, we have, you can see this crack running up here, opened up there where it's come away from the mortar. That needs to be sealed. Water will get in there, you don't want that to happen. That's at the left side elevation. You have more cracking in the bricks here, so we have signs of movement at the left elevation. Yeah, here we've got quite a lot of settlement here. You see that large cracking as the foundation sinks. We've got more settlement here at the right front elevation, and there's missing caulking from around the windows. Moving to the right elevation. Previous repair, but again the cracks open up. This movement in the foundation at the present time is due to the drought. We have a gable end vent there that's got vegetation growing into it, not a good sign. We're now at the rear right elevation. Grading at the rear elevation, good, close away from the building. Grading is okay at right elevation. We have a channel here to remove the water from the front. We have it running towards the front, so okay, in the water it's going to drain towards the front. That's not a good thing, but you know, the grading is as it is in a building of this age. However, here is a good point. If you look here, you can see that the runoff is being guided by a drain here to the side and away from the building, so that improves it. Coming along the front, you can see we still, you know, we are actually draining towards the front here. There is a possibility that this area, under very heavy rain conditions, could flood. So I would call this as poor grading at the front elevation, only for that reason, because we got it sloping towards the building. It could flood. We're going to the left elevation. Well, the grading here isn't too good. It should be sloping a lot more away from the building. I'm standing at the front elevation, looking at the gable end. You can see here that it's installed incorrectly. We should be able to see flashing here. I can't see it. The problem with it being installed right across the top of the shingle is it's going to do one or two things. It's either going to soak water into the material itself. It feels actually as if it may be a cement product, but it's going to damage the shingles. There's evidence of water penetration in and around that window gable there. The property has no soffit vents. You have gable vents. That's going to reduce the cooling ability in the building. I'm at the left rear elevation. You can see we have the doors there. We're underneath the porch, and you can see there's a large hole that's been cut in the actual structure. It allows us actually to see that the construction, which is good. We have a steel post welded to a beam, which is the load bearer. But the concern is obviously this is an access point for squirrels and vermin, and you can see from the rubbing and dirt around it that it actually has had animals going in and out there. This is the attic at the left elevation, and in the front of the attic at the left elevation you can see we have a bowl, or indicates there may have been a leak there at some time in the past, or perhaps there's a current one. But obviously you don't put a bowl in there for any other reason than to collect water. In addition, we know we have rodents. There's rodent bait down here, and I found a gap in the building on the other side where rodents could go. We also have exposed Romex terminations outside of a junction box, which is dangerous. The stairs here are dangerous. You see round this area here we don't have wide enough to tread. You shouldn't have it tight and close like this, and coming here, this whole tread all the way around here is too narrow. I'm in the bathroom on the second floor. You can see over the top of the door there's evidence of a water penetration there, stain, and also if you look at the grill for the air conditioning, the register, you'll see there's rust on it, and there may possibly be a leak of air in there because we've got dust coming out here. Because there's this water penetration here, and because there's stains on there, that means moisture may have been around a sufficient amount of time to cause mould to grow. I recommend that you consider having a mould inspection. This is the service panel with aluminum neutral and 2 hots. I'm uncommon to find those. The rest of the panel is copper. We have an open ground at the outlet in the kitchen, and no GFCI. It's got a ground. Look into the bathroom. Ground. I don't think it has a GFCI, but we'll... No, it doesn't have a GFCI. Let's go and have a look at the bathrooms upstairs. There's a lot of vegetation growing up around the compressors. This compressor has a broken side. Looks like somebody's removed it. It's very difficult to manoeuvre around here. I'm being attacked by all the plants. And there is no insulation on the coal pipes.
A lot of questions they're going to have about lights, breakers, and
yes, that's right.
Where things go and where things run, and septic lines, and etc.
P-trap is fitted incorrectly.
Yeah.
The homeowner has turned up, so it's making it a little difficult to discreetly inspect without him looking over my shoulder. But the real problem lies here. See that pipe I'm highlighting? That actually is plumbed to the dishwasher, and it's the wrong side of the P-trap, meaning that the sewer gases will be able to get into the actual dishwasher. I wouldn't want to eat anything that's been washed in this dishwasher, I tell you. Not anything. The shower in the guest bathroom doesn't work. The diverter, which is here, only allows you to put water into the tub, not to divert it up to the shower head. The discharge to the temperature pressure relief valve is incorrectly installed. It's going down into the pan here. It should actually go to the outside. As it is at the moment, should it go off, it would be dangerous. In addition, the pan is not drained to the outside, and it should be. There's some deterioration in the shingles at ridges, and also along the ridge edge, along here, and over most of the roof. Here we're at the ridge, and you can see where the shingles have actually been treated because of the wearing. So I would say this roof is in an aged condition. We've also been inside the attic now, and I found a leak in at least one attic. And a lot of these shingles are actually turning up, they're curling. So I think you should get an assessment for the roof. Make sure that you know, the roof is in good condition, or whether or not it needs to be replaced. Insurance is the main thing. If you can get insurance on it, you're okay. Of course, you might have to pay extra if the roof is considered a little bit old. You can see the roof along the rake here, where the shingles are crushed and broken. There's flashing there, I can see it. There's certainly a potential roof leak here. And here, right beside us here, you can see we have a shingle with a hole in it, and it's moving. There appears to be a roof leak in this area here, in the attic. At this particular point there's a bowl to catch water. This is a chimney firebox. You can see here we've got cracking in the firebox here. That indicates that there's a possibility of the flames getting through and further damaging the wall. It should be sealed. You use a special corking for it. This is the damper. Whether the damper works. It does. There's quite a lot of build-up of products of combustion, and that probably needs to be swept, so I recommend that this chimney is swept and inspected by a certified chimney sweep, just to be sure, especially with these cracks here. We don't know what's going on up in the top of in the flue itself, and it should be checked out. It's not worth the risk. Yeah, there's a lot of deposits. A lot. It definitely needs to be cleaned. I've just taken a reading of the wall up there. I found a spot that looked like water on the infrared camera. I'm taking a reading using the meter here, and it's 98% wet. So I think that's been a long-term leak. I now highly recommend a mould test before you go further. You don't want to move into a house that's got mould. Hopefully it hasn't. I haven't seen any, but you certainly should test for it. So there's a water leak up in this area here coming through. When you look at the report, you see I found evidence of water being trapped in a bowl. There's also a water leak up here in this area here. It's come through, and there's a whole area above us here where it's showing signs of possible water penetration. That's the problem with water, it gets everywhere.